everything else is going to get really big. So you want to focus on staying around this initial ring of movement, but not directly above him, so that he can't up air out of shield, and so that you're always outside of like nair out of shield in particular.
Hmm.
Because if he does short hop nair out of shield, he can still reach you with it, but it's going to be the latter portion of his nair, and it's actually going to be reactable. Like if he short hop nairs out of shield, you can actually block it consistently on reaction if you're right here.
Okay. Yeah.
So here you just pay attention to what he does. So see how he dashes back to avoid whatever your follow up is?
Hmm.
Now, that's because he didn't think, or I hope that's because he didn't think he could nair you out of shield. Honestly, it would have been fine for him to do so. However, I think he was worried that if he did nair in and he hits the top of your shield with that weak nair, you're going to be able to just nair it out of shield or grab him. So obviously, this back air is specifically reading your full hop out of the corner. I'm guessing this is not actually the first game that you played him.
No, no, we played a lot before this.
Yeah, that was a mistake on your part to not record those first games.
So I do have those first games recorded. Um, I just haven't uploaded them. I thought it would be better to show you the ones later once I had adjusted a little bit, but I have those.
Well, there's you either want to see the last game or the first game, because the last game is where you're going to put everything into perspective. Like when you both say last one, generally you're both going to do your best, put your best foot forward, and you can see what everybody's learned. And hopefully it's not a snowball where one player's lessons doesn't allow the other player's lessons to shine through. But here, the reason I make that assumption is because it's such a bold call out, and he was at so much risk doing that. If you'd done almost anything else, uh, this back air was a call out on you having a jump habit, except there is no pattern for us to look at on this VOD.
Right.
And so if I'm looking at this in a vacuum, I'm going to say, well, that was a really shitty back air on Fox's part, except it worked. So why did it work? And then there's multiple answers, but my guess here is that. And then, of course, you are confirming that I was right. That doesn't necessarily mean my reasoning was correct. It just means I was incidentally applying a reasoning that could also provide a correct answer. But the idea is there. So this back air, because he's putting this out, we can't really look at this and say, yeah, that's how Fox is going to play. There's no other
Hmm.
Fox you're going to run into, or they're just going to run at you at the start of the match, backdash, and then run up and full hop back air at you.
Right. I see what you're saying.
So he's attacking the space around you because he expects you to move into the space. Most Fox players are going to attack your space directly, and that is a good decision to make because not everyone can keep up the pace of play that Fox has.
Right.
So I are the other matches that we have here in the same category of not your first matches.
Correct. So this 38 minutes is the last 38 minutes that we played. Because we played for about 2 hours. And uh, this was just like the last string of sets that we played at the end of the session.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Synergy, your grand final set with Synergy is less post grind.
Correct. Yeah, that was just like a raw uh, grand finals. There was actually two sets of grand finals, or I'm sorry, there was winners finals and then grand finals. And I have both. Actually, both should be on YouTube if you want to watch the first one.
So what I would like, first question is, do you have the set versus Fusix at the beginning, or did you have it at the end of the set?
Um, I again have both, but I think that it's the same kind of situation as um with Mage. I'll change how I do that in the future then. I thought it was better to get these, so that's why I chose these to upload, but I see what you're saying where it's like you're coming in halfway through the story and there's like a lot of details that are left out.
So it's the set that you're showing me would be good if our goal is for you to beat Mage's Fox. If your goal is to deal with Fox in a vacuum, then that is not as helpful for us because there are multiple levels to the decision making in the process that are unrelated to Fox. Like that full hop back air had nothing to do with Fox and everything to do with Mage's experience versus Smithy.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
So that's why your reasoning is valid. It's just not as helpful for dealing with Fox.
I
So we can
gotcha.
look at how he's smothering you, but that's just not going to be helpful for you against other foxes, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is what your goal there is.
Yeah, that is my goal.
Okay. So I actually should have I should have asked more explicitly before dismissing that set, but I made that assumption based on our previous conversations.
Yeah, no worries. That
So,
I know for next time now.
all right. So can you see the video I have up?
I have it's doing that thing where it's showing me your thing. Give me a second. Watch this. Okay, I got it.
All right.
Um, I was just gonna say
Yes,
this is the grand finals. Oh no, you have the winners finals. Never mind. I'm sorry.
that I do.
Go ahead.
I'm just too fast.
You're just too quick, man.
The so I'm told the yeah. So we're gonna look at this. So before I get started, what was your game plan versus synergy?
Walk a ton. Um, and uh, to avoid the Arc Thunder in neutral or the Arc whatever or the baby Thunder. Um,
I think
a-
it's just Thunder.
and to not get caught by short hop fairs and just play mad patient until and yeah, like not push, not force anything, just play very patient
And why walking over running or dashing or
be-
jumping?
because I can't react with if I'm dashing, I can get caught by the thunder, and if I'm jumping, I can get swatted by the in like fair, which can lead into more fairs, which can lead into a ton of damage.
What about if you jump back?
Um, I guess there's not anything like inherent, like super wrong with that. I guess he could jumping thunder, but
He can. So, well, at that point though, if you stay your ground and he reads you jumping back, and he jumps in with a thunder, even if it would hit your stand, which it might not, we can experiment with that. Then, if it did do that, then we could always just crouch. So you could replace your jump back with a crouch in place, and then if he jumps in with a thunder, then you can just swat him with forward tilt on reaction,
mhm.
and you just swing at where he's going to land from the short hop thunder. And then if he goes for full hop thunder, well, you can pretty much just run in and react to that and catch his landing with an air and get a full combo on that,
Right.
or grab, whichever. All right, so you're preemptively shielding. So once he is getting you to preemptively shield, he has sealed your movement. So you
Mhm.
want to try and react to that shield, or sorry, try and react to the thunder with that shield. Now, let me go ahead and switch this over real quick. Now it's worth noting the thunder on the early part is not realistically reactable. However, at the very edge of the range for thunder, you can.
Okay.
So you need to be at the full range. So see how it's stuffing you here?
Yeah.
So see how he didn't shoot that last one on reaction to you jumping? That
Mhm.
means two things. So this here, if he's not shooting that to you despite seeing your shield disappear, that means he's not reacting to shield disappearing, which means that you have conditioned him as a player to not react to that. which means that you can just jump in there. So you can jump in like you're going to drift into fair range and then not.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it's a matter of you either counter if you think he shoots the Arc Thunder. Actually, to be fair, you can just counter straight up.
Sure.
And it's whatever he hits you with, the counter that you hit him with is going to push him all the way off the stage because counter has extremely high base knockback, and it's going to be reflecting a big boy attack. So if he like fairs the counter, it should put him all the way off stage and give you a ledge trap. So it's actually fine for you to jump forward and counter here. But you're not just always doing it, you're doing it specifically because you see. So the first layer of reaction is he's reacting to shield existing or not existing. Then it's a question, is he reacting to your jump squat? So if you don't see him reacting to shield, next time you want to try and jump and wave dash in place. So wave dash in place out of shield specifically, to see if he is reacting to you being in position there, and then reshield after you wave dash in place, or wave dash back, however you want to do it. And if he throws it then you know that he'll react to you moving at all by throwing the projectile. If he doesn't react to that, then he's reacting to a specific movement. So the idea is that people are either reacting in detail or they are reacting to broader categories.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sephiroth does anything versus Sephiroth does exactly forward tilt versus Sephiroth does exactly forward tilt angled up, but not forward tilt angled down.
I gotcha.
So the more detailed the thing that you are looking for, the more information required for your brain to confirm it. The more information required for your brain to confirm it, the more time it takes it to parse that information.
Right.
And the more time for that animation to go through before your brain finds something to recognize. This is why studying animations helps you react faster. And then this is also why you are going to be able to actually break down which thing he's reacting to and determine when something that he's not reacting to is fast enough to hit him. So I know based on most high level Robins, if they aren't reacting to shield disappearing with Thunder, then you can jump at them and then not go in, and they're going to react to you moving at them all of a sudden with fair to stuff you out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, as Sephiroth, have the range and the reach. Specifically, reach is Sephiroth's highest quality, obviously. So that reach is going to enable you to whiff punish anything that you bait out from Robin that isn't exactly a projectile. And even then, in this case, your reach, if you are at this point, then you are close enough that you can also reach Robin if Robin is too slow. Like if you full hop over the projectile, then you're going to be able to get off shield pressure on Robin before Robin can do anything. Like here. So remember how I said we're seeing if what he's reacting to, if anything?
Yeah, and
So he's reacting to this runoff.
Oh, I see.
So because you double jump, so if you had run off the fair would have poked to about here. You would have whiffed. It would have been very safe, except for this is Robin's best option for whiff punishing your fair. And he doesn't care that you double jumped because you can't come back in time to swing. Which is why you're now getting shield pressure. So him doing this was him trying to parry your fair, or very likely him trying to parry your fair. If he had been trying to just shield an attack, then he would have probably shielded the side B, or the Shadow Flare from you. And the reason that we can tell that difference is because, let's see here. So your fair is 13 to 18 different parts, which means there's going to be at least a 5 frame range where he has to hold it. So he can't just time it exactly. It's not like a Meta Knight down air, for example, where you can just say, well, if he would have done it, it would have hit me here. So I know he didn't do it. However, side B is basically 8 to 14 after you shoot it, which means that it's going to come out 24 to 30, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which you will note is about roughly 10 frames after the fair, which is why it mixes them up here. So if he had been trying to drop shield for, let's say, you running off for just landing and empty forward tilting, then that forward tilt would also have worked here.
I see.
So it's a matter of timing. So the only thing him flicking his shield there did cover is you whiffing an attack, or you fairing exactly. That's also why he shoots the thunder here. Actually, there's a couple reasons he shoots the thunder here. So you see how he backdashes and shoots the thunder? That so Shadow Flare is minus on hit, which to be fair, I would like to acknowledge that I was wrong to tell you this, but that's why I told you to stop Shadow Flaring so much. It was more of, I think the reason that I originally had that thought was because of your habit of doing so when I was playing against you, enabling me to get in if I read it, which it was very easy to read. But I don't think side B is unusable, just a matter of it's a timing mix up like the way you're using it here. So perfect. This is something you can react to every single time. So we now know the distance that you need to be.
Right. There.
So if you are just in range to whiff your dash attack from an instant dash attack, actually I can't tell if that would whiff or not. It's pretty fuzzy.
I'm pretty sure it would whiff.
So if you're barely in range to whiff dash attack, then that's about where you want to be to be able to shield thunder on reaction.
Okay.
Note I said shields, not parry. Now, if you work on your reactions to specifically recognizing the startup of thunder, which to be fair, if you do that, then he can start mixing it up with L thunder or arc thunder, whatever it's called.
Right.
I don't know why, but the neutral B always mixes me up a little bit.
The naming convention is kind of silly.
A little bit, yeah. So yeah, L thunder is going to be slower. So if he just charges it up a little bit and times it differently, then it'll mix you up on a timing mix up. So you want to hold shield until you specifically react to it having been shot. Unfortunately here, so I'm actually going to switch this into slow motion to clarify my point.
Mm-hmm.
So you shield. You turn around, you shield. So he's already running. So that was his turn. Next turn is him running up, shielding. He decides, oh shit, he's shielding. I don't want to be shielding. This is your third turn. This is his fourth turn. So you make your second action on his fourth.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter what he's doing, really, as long as he's doing anything that isn't specifically awful. If he's making 2 decisions for every decision you're making, then his game plan is going to be significantly more effective than yours. This could be Robin's worst matchup in the game, and unless it involves you drooling on a button to make it work, the level of outplay you're going to have to do on an interaction-to-interaction basis to outplay him making twice your decisions is ridiculous. So
yeah.
I would rather see you getting hit here. I applaud your patience for holding the shield if you're making the decision to do that. However, we can see from that first thunder where you double tapped with that, where he could pressure your shield with thunder by charging arc thunder. So if you are doing that, then the problem is that you are taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
So would like to see you pick up the speed. We'll work on how you're going to do that further on.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was my question. Is I just don't really know how to do or how to practice that part of it because I was unsure of what he was going to do, and so I did nothing, not really out of a decision, but more so out of fear of like I don't know what's gonna happen here, so I'm just gonna hold shield.
Well, my first question to that is, do you have any recent clips of your training mode practice?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, the first step, we'll just go ahead and go right into it. The first step of that is going to be you playing very fast in training mode. The second step of that is going to be you going into Wi-Fi, your favorite,
Oh
and
boy.
applying that same training mode practice in Wi-Fi. And if you have to ignore your opponent and just play with your eyes closed and just swing at ghosts, then fuck it, that's fine. But the point is that we're going to have you apply that speed, good or bad. I don't care about the accuracy. I care about the number of bullets you're firing, not
I
the
gotcha.
accuracy of each one. And then we'll get your accuracy up if you can keep up your speed.
Um,
So,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
okay. So, the first thing we want to do is we're going to keep focusing on this to look at your decisions themselves. So, what is the rule for when it's time to forward tilt?
When they're in range to hit me, like,
Okay. When should you not forward tilt when they're in range to hit you?
if they're like close enough that I could whiff, like point blank.
Specifically, in this case, he isn't in close enough range to hit you. Like if he back airs out a shield, it would hit up here.
Yeah.
However, if he short hops back and then starts back airing at the peak of his jump,
Mm-hmm.
he can fall down and hit you with it. And so, for the perspective on Robin short hop, that is only 26 frames, which is actually above average in this game. So, the idea is that almost unreactably, he can hit you out of shield here. But what does that require him to do?
He has to short hop like to the peak of his short hop without doing anything.
Right. So that is movement. So he can hit you from here, like you are in range, but it requires a piece of movement in order to do so. So you want to forward tilt specifically whenever they are in your range, but whenever you are in their range, but it requires them a piece of movement after whatever you're reacting to. Like if the movement has already happened, then you need to move as well. So like if you see him jump at you, you can't hit this jump. You're too late.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you see the Robin short hop, the short hop is going to be like right here in your face already.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever button got pressed is going to be pressed. So if you backdashed from there and forward tilt, then you should be set up. Now, if you short hop back, then Robin can probably drop down and then dash attack you and hit the landing on that back air. So you do have to make choices here. And it can't. This is a correct spot to forward tilt, but that's why. It's because he has to short hop into the forward tilt in
Mm-hmm.
order to hit you. And if he doesn't move, then the forward tilt is safe because he's not closer to you. Like there. See how the forward tilt barely whiffs from range?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it would have hit if he had not spot dodged, but the range is the like where it puts him on positioning. I really like that you're here. So you got nice structure, nice posture. So you're on the outside dot of PS2. That's good. And then you need to back dash. Yeah, not back grab, back dash. I'm assuming that's a misinput and you were trying to pivot forward tilt.
Yeah, I mean no, I thought he was gonna teleport halfway across the stage and then I was gonna grab him. No, yeah, I definitely misinput.
Okay, so that's fine. That just means that we know you want to practice your pivot forward tilts. So that is how he got from being in the corner to being at center stage. So
Yeah.
that was good movement on his part. He set up a less committal up air. If he had edge slipped this up air, he actually could have gotten behind you and been in a better position. But I do not expect anyone in Florida to be doing that.
Yeah.
So that is an unreasonable expectation. So you reorient your position with this jump. I would have liked to have seen a hitbox with it, but that's okay. So I will say what we want to look at is this fair. What the fuck is he swinging at?
Yeah.
That's not an indictment. I'm asking you. Like, what do you
So
think he's hitting?
was he reacting to my jump squat?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really the jump squat. It's the jump drift. He's reacting too late. He's not reacting to the squat, or he would have been here sooner. So I'll replay that.
Yeah, that was like super late. It,
This is
yeah, go
this
ahead.
is normal. This is what a relatively high level player is going to look like if they're trying to react. Now, there's two reasons this is slow. First, I don't think he was reacting to jump squat. He was reacting to the second part of the same movement. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I see.
So that's the first part. That's why we have you practicing step 1, which is, as you have noticed, is very difficult.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, it's so hard.
Again, it's something that I would tell Synergy he would need to practice if he wanted to be like world class or something like that. But as far as regional level, that even after regional, once you get up to majors, almost no one is going to be able to react to part 1 of this. So, until you start getting in top 10, top 20 of PGR is when you start getting these. And that's worldwide.
Hmm.
So there is usually only like a handful of people to any given continent who are going to be reacting to part 1.
Right, yeah.
At least at relevant tournament play that I've personally seen, which it's a big world. So who knows? I hope there's more.
Yeah.
But that's the first reason. The second reason is look at what Synergy does to react. So we're going to look at, okay, so you're clearly here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I actually don't think that he reacted to you being all the way up there. I'm going to restart. So we'll count this. So frame 20 from the time you jump, we're going to wait for whatever frame of that is when he starts his dash back. So 1, 2, actually, hold on. Let's wait for the jump squat to start. So shield disappearing is the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So he actually did try and react to the jump squat. I lied. Good for him. Now he's slow on it, but that's, again, like that's a reason. If you are not top 5, you are slow on it.
Right.
So a genuinely good on Synergy for that. The problem with Synergy is look at what he does. He dashes back, then dashes in. So he was already dashing back. He cancels his action to input a movement, but he has to undo his previous action. So he
Right.
undoes his previous action, and then he makes a second movement, and then he presses the third button. That's 3 turns. So at any given point, you are probably 2 turns behind whatever is actually happening in game.
Yeah.
So if we reverse here to where you were a turn ago, then yeah, he's fairing you. Actually, it's more like a turn and a half because you actually could have already been forward tilting.
Hmm.
Again, this comes down to, remember how I was saying you're slow? This is another time when that comes up. So, and the time that it took him to dash up, full hop, fair, land, what did you do?
Nothing.
No, you landed, you flicked shield, you dropped shield, and then you got hit by his 4th option, which is
Right.
thunder. So, you basically made 2 choices, he made 4. So,
Yeah.
this is what I meant about like him and this position. Like if we rewind here, God, YouTube rewind sucks. If
Yeah.
like if we look at this, who looks like they're in advantage here, just based on where both characters are at, honestly. Hold on. There we go. Like, who's about to get hit here?
I mean, if he goes straight down or drifts in at all, I could feel like I could hit him. Like I could have F tilted here.
Well, you don't have to hit him directly. You just have to be able to have him into your reach so that you can start it. Like, you can start a short hop back air. You don't have to hit him directly. Just putting one next to him so that he can't do something else.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So you're basically, if he does anything other than shield your back air, he gets hit. If he shields your back air, then he's not shooting thunder. If he shields your back air, he's not short hop fairing to stuff your jump.
Right. Yeah.
And if you ever, like, if you hit his shield with a spaced back air, he can't short hop fair and hit you. So it's not a matter of you have to hit him. You're positionally punishing him by positioning in a way so that if he makes a wrong decision, he gets hit, and there is no chance of him hitting you. Like,
Right.
him landing from this fair, if you had just assumed he thunders after and timed your back air for it, what is he going to do to punish you?
Like probably what he did, right? Like the thunder.
Well, I'm saying if you assume he thunders from this and you back air so that you'll hit him for it if he
Oh,
tries.
I mean, he could shield. That's probably the only thing that he could get off in time, if I'm understanding what you're saying.
He could also, I'm pretty sure he started the thunder before he lands. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure full hop. Yeah. So he could have double jumped here, double jumped back here, and then fast fallen to come over here. And I don't know what is essentially an IDJ fast fall is, but assuming it's similar to his full hop fast fall, that would be 36 frames. So he can punish a whiffed forward tilt, not a whiff back air.
Because it would just take too long.
You would have enough time to move out of the way, or at the very least reshield. So he jumps, you shield. He lands, he jumps.
Yeah.
You're still shielding, and then he presses an air. His third option comes out when you roll back. He full hop Ferris, shoots an Arc Thunder, you side B. Okay. You basically have a trade. You win trades. So here you can just shield. That was fine. So the reason this is fine is because he had to turn around and grab you for the throw invulnerability, and this specifically counters him doing that. That specifically countered him short hop fairing in. See how you're when you're playing this correctly, you're sealing his things preemptively. Make those assumptions. Like there, if he had tried to do anything out of shield, he would have gotten hit by the back air. Therefore, he had to hold shield. But he didn't want to have a shield break, so he jumped out and just took the hit, which you followed up off of. So now, as long as you hit the spot to seal him drifting in with a fair, then he has to drift to this spot and thunder.
Yeah.
So you wanted to dash back to this spot and forward tilt upward to hit this spot. Now, here, you actually didn't really want to forward tilt him there because he's so committal.
Yeah.
It's fine that you forward tilted because I think you did it on reaction to him being here and you were covering him jumping away or something or dashing back. But a better punish here is to dash grab the thunder and back throw him to put him in the corner or off stage.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't matter that you dealt him damage there because you put him to center. Now, it works out because you get that dash attack, but that dash attack worked because he didn't expect it. And also, that is a good thing. So remember how I was saying he didn't react with the L Thunder or Arc Thunder? Well, this is the same thing. See how you see him charging?
Right, because he's not.
He was canceling it. Yeah, he didn't react to you coming in at him.
That was information that I could have had based off of that first interaction.
Yes. Yes. Now, I don't think that's why you did it, but that is exactly how you would decide when it's correct to just run up and hit them. If you see them not reacting to anything and you just run up and swing, then first of all, you get the hit. Like here, you push them out of center, put them in the corner, in addition to the damage. However, even if you weren't, it's worth it just to put the fear of God in them. Gotta let them know. Now, unfortunately, you put down the controller after the dash attack. So, what you wanted to do was immediately put out a RAR, short hop up air, up over to cover him drifting in like this, and then dash back forward tilt. So see how he drifts in for the same nair?
Mm-hmm.
Does this look familiar?
Yeah.
So that's a habit here in particular. So I will say this is a synergy thing, not really. Actually, maybe it's a Robin thing, but the other Robins in Tampa, I'm pretty sure, aren't going to try and attack at your full hops as much. I think it's more related to they focus on Thunder and then everything else is around Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. And the reason this up air was good isn't because it does anything directly, but because it means this didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you're guaranteeing that there was no universe in which he didn't get hit by that Mega Flare
Yeah.
with the up air. So that's very good. I don't know if you remember, but one of the very first things we wanted for you to improve on was to stop trying to confirm off of all these Mega Flare situations and your Shadow Flares and try and cover them instead.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when you did get the Shadow Flare up air, you did not go for that preemptively. You went for it on reaction so that you knew it was guaranteed. And then here, you're very clearly not trying to confirm on the Mega Flare. You're covering him playing around it, which guarantees that he gets hit. So far, there have been 0 special conversions where they got out because there was just a small window for you both, or for you to swing at them, and you swung at that same window twice. So here, we're going to look at where you're spaced.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even though he doesn't ledge roll here, look at where he goes.
Yep. Oh man. I would have
So
hit him if I was there.
the idea is you always want to stay, again, you don't have to forward tilt their get up. You don't have to forward tilt them on the ledge. You just want a space tipper to hit this spot so that if they get up shield, your forward tilt will catch them. If they get up dash in, your forward tilt will catch them. If they ledge roll, your forward tilt will catch them. If they ledge jump, your forward tilt can reach them here. If they get up, whatever, let them go. Like, what do they win? Their grand prizes, they're here, and then you get a dash back forward tilt, and then they have to leave from here to here, from here to here or here, and then from here or here to here. So, in this case, he goes from here to here to here, and then he's going to dash back over here. I hope. Close enough. So see how he gets to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he just goes to the 4th point. And where are you?
I'm towards the ledge.
Yeah, you're 0.2 of the 4. So why are you in the corner?
Well, two reasons. One is because he's making more decisions than me, and more movements than I am. And two is because I was too close to the ledge, so he was able to get through me.
Well, I will say the decision gap here isn't as big. So there's 1. He's got 1, 2. Wait, did you double forward tilt there, or was that the same forward tilt being put away?
I think that was double forward tilt.
2. Yeah, so you make 2, he makes 2. You make 3, he makes 3. You make 4, he makes 4.
Oh, so I guess
5,
that isn't really part of the problem.
Yeah, you guys were playing 1 for 1 there. So what does that tell us, first of all?
That it had nothing to do with playing slow, and it had everything to do with just me being out of position.
What about the speed? What does it correlate with? Like
Um,
your speed, your decision ratio, I should say.
it's getting faster as the match is going on.
Is it faster or slower?
Well, I mean, I was making less decisions at the beginning. I was at a lower decision ratio, and for that interaction, I was much closer to his.
So there's multiple possible explanations for what we're seeing so far. It could be that you're getting faster over time. It could be that synergy is getting slower over time. Another possibility is where are the respective characters when these decisions are being made? So it could be
Oh,
that you make
true.
faster decisions when you're in the corner. It could make faster decisions if he's off stage or in the corner. It could be that he makes slower decisions when he's in the corner or slower decisions when you're in the corner. So we're going to look for those, and we're going to look for disproving elements that can help narrow down those possibilities so that we have a better idea.
Hmm.
So if it is a case of game time running for either speed or, yeah, for either faster or slower, then we're going to see that ratio stay the same or become in your favor.
Hmm.
If
Yeah.
it is a case of proximity, then we'll find out next time one or both of you are in the corner and we'll ask who. And from there, I'm actually not sure which is better if it involves you putting yourself into the corner versus having slower decisions. So if it you having slower decisions consistently puts you in the corner, then I'll just say run to the corner at the start of the game and just start in disadvantage because you just save yourself from getting put there anyways.
You're right.
So we'll see, but those are what we're going to be looking for going forward from here. Good old scientific method coming through.
Cool.
Now
That was not good.
it does work, but the problem here is that you IDJ'd. You didn't just full hop. So I would rather you have full hopped and then swung to hit the spot. So that if he tried to drift into you to fair you, he would have gotten hit by the fair. And that way, if he did air dodge, you don't have to keep drifting because look at how long you're drifting. Now
Yeah.
you can fast fall. So he would have actually gotten on the ground before you if he'd neutral air dodged.
Right.
Whereas if you full hop, you can land here, land on the platform, and immediately fast fall through and hit him for the air dodge, or grab him if he landed onto the platform.
Gotcha. I don't know why I'm giga flaring from so far forward, but I just committed to it, I guess.
Uh, you had two reasons. Look at how the fair you started doing it for time.
Yeah.
So what you could have done is you could have wave bounced this where you neutral B left. So you press left, neutral B, and then right when you press the B button, you press right. And what'll
Hmm.
happen is your character will flip left and then flip right and reverse the momentum so that you're traveling back here. That would
Okay.
have worked out if you just made that difference. It's
I need to
what you see
practice
the
that.
snake players do. So this is fine. So now you dash back to this spot and do it again. Yeah, so here you could have landed with a fair. And so we're looking at what synergy does in this spot from his perspective. Also, it's worth noting, we'll go ahead and look at decision points. All right, so 1, 2. So you're 1-1 here. 1-1. So you actually just went past him. So far you're both keeping up at the same speed, and then he caught up to you. Now, yeah, and so the moment you reset, so you were over here, he was over here, he started doing double decisions again. Or rather,
Okay.
he didn't start doing double decisions, you stopped acting. So you are not acting at full screen. So
I'm like,
we know it's not the timer. It could be the positioning. So the question is it because you see Robin then in the corner, or is it because you're in the corner? Because you went from here, like when we rewind this, you're gonna see that you skip from here all the way over here. Nope. Actually I lied. Yeah, so you kept up the movement. You're making 2 decisions for each movement, all the way up to this point. And then you start shielding, and then it's over here. Then you picked it back up again. All right, so he made 2, 3. You're making 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I did that backward. 5, 6. So yeah, you are slightly actually out decisioning him whenever you put him in the corner. In terms of the speed, if not the actual choice itself.
So I start playing faster when I have them in the corner.
Yeah. All right. So he picks 1. You pick 1. You pick 2. He picks 2. He picks 3. 3. So you were going even when you were in the corner. He slowed down completely, but you also stopped making decisions. So you both slowed down there. Both 1, 2, 2. So yeah, he slowed down here. So the moment you put him in disadvantage, he slows down. So in order to disprove that, we're going to ask, well, is there a point where you hit him where he speeds up? And then that'll disprove it. So that does not disprove it by any means, Big C. He actually does not pick the controller back up from this point when you hit him. The rest of his stock, he will never pick up the controller again. I do not think Nair from over here to... wait, was that Nair or Fair?
It was Nair.
Yeah, I do not think Nair to run across the stage up tilt is a combo. I could be wrong.
I don't know why I don't know what my thought process was for why I was deciding to up tilt it then at that moment. I'd like to think it's because I saw him not doing anything, so I was just gonna contest it, but I don't know.
All right, so here, when it's like this, I would rather see you just be on the platform, shield. He Fair's here. You take the Fair on block, and then you full hop out. And then you just need to be ready to react to him doing anything with air dodge. Because what almost every Robin in the whole world is going to do is they're going to jump up and up air you on reaction to you jumping out of there. Now, Robin's up air is going to be frame 10 in front. It's going to be more like frame, I think, 12, 13 on the part that actually hits above Robin. So that plus the full hop is going to be almost reactable, but not quite. So you need to be up far enough that Robin needs to IDJ to catch you. So that means if you full hop from this platform, Robin has to IDJ, which means that you might be able to react to that.
I see.
I could be wrong on that, though, to be honest. So you're both 1 apiece, 2 apiece, 3 apiece. You just caught up. So you're 4 to his 3. You're 5 to his 4. You're 6 to his 5. 7 to his 5. 8 to his 6. Yeah. So you're outpacing him whenever you're in the corner, and he's in the corner. So we need to look for opportunities for when only one of you is in the corner and see if that changes. So 1, 1. So he's 3 to your 2. You're 3 apiece. So I think I found one of the issues is you start feeling like it's time to stand, and you're trying to specifically line up things. Try and use feints like there. Instead of standing there, you can just walk up and then preemptively dash back. So the idea is that if you're standing there, he knows you're going to forward tilt.
Right.
So the idea is you want to show him other animations in the time that you would be standing, while also doing them early enough that you can still do the thing that you want.
I see.
Timing.
Yeah.
So you want to keep that window open to forward tilt, but you had more than enough time. I would like to see you put that excess time to use.
I see. Okay.
So it's similar to how we want you to have empty movements. So when actually, I think that's exactly how we'll go with it. Anytime you have extra time, add an empty movement, just so that they have something else they have to think about. It slows down their mental process, even if it's not a conscious decision on their part. It's just a natural consequence of adding even a small amount of complexity to anything.
Right.
So that was obviously supposed to be a short hop back air hitbox that came out. I actually think that would have connected there. No, it would not have,
Yeah, I
but it
don't
would have
think
been
so.
close. He definitely would not have been able to dash shield up, though. You also want to be careful about rolling into Robin, especially here, since you you roll from center to toward the corner instead of center to center.
True.
So if you're on one side of the Pokeball, just roll to the other Pokeball.
I think I just do it because I don't think that he's gonna expect it, but he doesn't have to expect it. I think he just drifted back on reaction.
I mean, roll is reactable. He had already nared before you rolled.
So
I actually don't know that he reacted to your roll either.
I think he was
just
going there
retreated.
regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was just retreating the nair to make it safe, so that you couldn't nair at a shield. So here you kind of put down the controller. So one thing you can do is you can actually drop down and ledge fair so that you're swinging through this part of the stage.
Yep.
And it will go below the thunder because you never reach up high enough. Something worth practicing. And you can just to be clear, you can just set training mod to mash neutral special and practice trying to ledge fair in a way that stays below the thunder. You also want to be real careful about pre-committing your jump. Try and keep your finger on the neutral air dodge there. Let's see here. Yeah, see how you preemptively jump here?
Mm-hmm.
You want that jump a lot. Because that way, if you neutral air dodge, you'd be a little bit further out. And that gives you the ability to use your jump as a stall. So characters with multi-jumps generally move less, but they can use it to stall and have more control over the timing of things. Could you have made it back with the diagonal here?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So we know you want to practice your diagonal recoveries and your reverse.
So
your retreating forward tilts.
can we pause it for a second? The something I struggle with, and I've struggled with this in Smash 4, is when the camera shifts when I am off stage, and sometimes I like just in the I just like miss recovering a ton. Um, like I'm like trying to aim. I don't know. I don't even really know the reason why, but I guess I should just try and recover and like place the camera off stage. Um, I think I can do that, right?
Can you repeat that for me?
Sorry, yeah, that was kind of a shambled thought. Basically, the camera shifts when like two players are off stage, uh, like while it's drifting back, I miss my recovery a lot. And I'm trying to figure out a way that I can practice that. Uh,
Just recover with your eyes closed.
yeah, you're right.
I'm as in like literally go in training mode and practice recovering with your eyes closed.
So like jump off the stage with my eyes closed and then try and recover, or just like the second I need to recover, close my eyes and then just do it.
Why not both?
Yeah. Okay.
The idea is that you have enough understanding of the character and the character's timings that you will be able to feel where the character is.
Yeah.
The problem is that you're getting thrown off by the camera and you're allowing conflicting information to make confusion.
Mm-hmm.
If you reduce a set of unnecessary data, you are going to be more consistent.
Okay.
So that is my recommendation for that.
Okay.
All right. So here, forward tilt is minus at 0. Pretty sure. Actually, I have the calculator open right in front of me. I can just check it out. I lied. It's plus barely. So the sour spot is 1 frame plus. So actually, if you did an immediate short hop nair in, it would have actually hit Robin's fair here. Because Robin's fair is frame 12. So even if you had short hop faired in, you would have traded here.
But would I want to go for that? Because if I'm wrong and he just rolls or does nothing, then like he can.
Then well, look at the movement. You go from here to here. He actually helped you out by fairing you here, because look at where he puts you.
Center stage, yeah.
Yeah, and then he nairs you out of the center stage. So he's happy for the percent, and now he reflects you back to where you started. Also, you could have just countered this. So,
yeah,
Robin's Arc Thunder comes out on frame 8. However, it's significantly slower than his Thunder. So let's do the math. So, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Launches 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just time it from when the projectile comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So at this point, you now see that he started an Arc Thunder, which means you can just fast fall reverse counter here. But that's fine. I am glad that you got your back air. You don't have to shield after.
Wait, what do you mean I don't have to or shield after?
So you did not react to his parry when you shielded here. If you did, then I'd take it back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, I lied. Yeah, you did this on reaction. That's fine. So you're shielding on this frame.
Yeah, it just took so long.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's what we're here for. So that was a combination of parry bonus plus you landing plus back air actually just having a good bit of landing lag. Like 16 frames of landing lag is above average for sure. It's not up air landing lag, but it's pretty close. So this was a good block. Never mind. I was talking up my ass. So here, you jumped in. Let me rephrase. You full hopped and then you slightly drifted in. Remember, if you're going to move in, don't half-ass it. Be fast. So here, he did this on reaction. So Sephiroth's non-fast fall full hop is 45 frames. You are
That's a
Yoshi.
long time.
Yeah, you're Yoshi full hop fast falling. Yeah, I assume that was you going for nair. That's fine. As soon as you see that you miss this nair here, immediately just full hop over here and fast fall to back air at this spot or up air at this spot. See how you doubled down?
Yeah.
See where he's going? So you would have back aired right here. Look at where he's at. And just to be clear, you do not care if he's here or not. So you would have hit him with hindsight bias. We now know that for sure. But even if you hadn't, it would have been because he was here, you're back airing, he whiffs, and then he has to grab you and you just mash. So that was great. That forward tilt guaranteed that he couldn't land in shield, which guaranteed this. Now here you want to swap the spot. Don't forget you're swinging at the Robin around Robin.
You're right.
That was good, and this is why it's good. He dodged your fair. Your fair missed. Who is winning right now?
Me by a lot.
Yeah. Well, not even taking into account the stocks. Look at your positioning. So now, what are you going to do?
Just try and catch his or short hop up air. Like
Where are you starting? Where are you moving? Where are you finishing?
short hop up air towards center stage.
Okay. Where are you going to land? Which platform dot?
The back dot.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's number 2 on retreating forward tilts that you misinputted.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong. Like, don't feel ashamed of it. It just means that is your current highest priority on your training menu. That was fine. Even though it didn't work out, I'm glad you made an attempt to try and counter the Thunder. However, you don't want to counter Thunder. You want to counter Arc Thunder. Don't try and counter normal Thunder. It's too fast.
Okay.
But you saw how you had enough time to almost do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at how slow you were to miss the window.
Yeah, probably like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so you were almost there. Arc Thunder travels significantly slower than Thunder, so this would have worked if it was Arc Thunder. You can definitely jump away and then fast fall retreating counter. That's fine.
Would that have worked on Elf Thunder, do you think? I think it would have.
Isn't that basically Elf Thunder? Isn't there just the Thunder and then like the Elf Thunder, which is the slightly bigger one?
Yeah.
Arc Thunder?
I think it travels just slightly slower though. It doesn't matter that much. I can look at it later.
I have it open in front of me. And yeah, you're right. It is slower. Yeah, that would have worked on Elf Thunder.
Okay. Maybe that's what I thought I was countering, or maybe I was just trying to try.
So basically, Elf Thunder is about half the speed of Thunder, and then Arc Thunder is roughly, that's like 3.5.
Yeah.
3.5 times as slow as Thunder. So yeah, you definitely could have countered that if it was Elf Thunder. So you just need to pay attention to how much charge there is. So this is the second time. See how every single time there's a low frame positivity at mid-range. There's going to be a Thunder shot. That means you can read that, and you can just jump and line up a back air. So you basically jump just outside of the short hop fair or full hop fair range, and then line up that back air. Yeah, so here you needed to specifically just drift away after the air dodge, because you still got sent out. It's fine that you made the play normally. However, it was an opportunity for Robin to kill you there in a way that you don't have to. Like, you're fighting Robin instead of waiting, which is normally fine. However, in this particular case, we're looking at the decisions. So
Yeah.
So 1 apiece, 2 apiece, you were in disadvantage. So if you were not blocking the arc fire, then this would have not worked out in Robin's favor.
So, I should have just landed and.
If you realize you are frame minus, it is not time to attack.
But I
This
didn't
is
attack, I shielded.
you're not attacking the arc fire. Here, see?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I
So from
jumped to
this point,
attack
you
after.
decided to attack. Yes. So your positioning was fine on space, not time.
Yeah.
So whenever you are minus on time, like if you forward tilted somebody's shield, you back aired somebody's shield, you are blocking an arc fire, it's not your turn anymore. So reposition with the control stick and hope they don't hit you. And then prepare for the next situation.
So even that situation where I think I jumped back, I full hopped back, and then I started fairing to like cover the retreat. You still feel like that is just me attacking?
You did not full hop back all the way.
Yeah, because I didn't want to
Look
be
at
off
look at the
stage.
movement. Well, if you had full hopped back all the way, like a retreat, remember how we were talking about how Leo will actually full hop all the way off of here?
Yeah, and then swing back at the stage.
Yes. If you had done that instead of full hopping in place, well, slightly back, like you start here and then you finish like right here. So it is slightly back, but there's a very big difference in Sephiroth's drift. So if you had drifted all the way back and then come back so that you land on this spot, and that might be something worth practicing for you, is to try max drifting all the way off stage and then re-drifting back to land just on the corner
Yeah.
so that you barely land back on stage. So
Yep,
we'll add that
that's
to your
smart.
training menu
Yeah.
if you want to make a note of that. And then if you had drifted all the way back here, that back air would have whiffed here, and then you would have counter hit Robin for trying to attack you. So the problem with that is that you essentially, even though that was not your intention, you did effectively attack in place
Mm-hmm.
with slight retreat, and then Robin overshot. But even if Robin had not overshot, so if Robin saw you here and back aired here, that back air still hits you.
Right.
So if you are going to move back, it needs to be with the intention that if they hit where you are, that they will miss you after you have moved back. If it will still hit you, then you did not move back far enough, and that's not a real retreat. So that's essentially
Okay.
how you define a retreat. So here, anything that is not on this metal plate, and even then the first half of the metal plate, so it needs to be in the second half. Like, see this edge of the shield bubble?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be past this point. Imagine there's like a line coming up to the spot, and anything on the stage side is either being in place or approaching. So
I
you need to
see.
be in this spot, this little spot, in order to have retreated.
At least like a full character length, or it doesn't effectively doesn't matter that I slightly retreated because I'm still in the same spot.
Right. So it actually probably still would have hit you if you had been on stage at all, because you see the back air come out to just before the ledge.
Yeah.
So if you had been short hop or higher at any point there, you would have been close enough to get back air. This is all good. You took too long to recognize that. So just make the assumptions. Like here, if you had just fared, that what should have worked. I'm actually trying to figure out why. Did you fast fall early?
No.
Huh. Yeah, so here I think you actually had to up air. Fairing was correct there. Okay, so the problem here is that you IDJ, or sorry, you double jump here, which means that you couldn't double jump fair to catch the platform.
Yeah.
In terms of inputs, this was overall correct though. It was just the timing didn't allow you to do this, so you needed to be able to compensate by double jump fairing, but you didn't have your double jump because you used it to meet him. So there you wanted to just walk towards center. Instead, in the time that you would have waited, he will come lower so that you effectively are double jumping when you full hop.
Okay. So
So
wait for him
not
to be at that height that I wanted to meet him at, and just use a full hop instead.
well, you wanna full hop before he reaches you, so that you're. The point is that you want to reach the peak of whatever jump you're going for before he reaches you. So you actually wanted to full hop here in the first place. So you went too high to begin with, actually. And the reason we can tell is because look at when you start descending.
Yeah, he's past me, or he's
So,
at me.
so if he had fast fall and neutral air dodged, he would get below you no matter what, pretty much. So the whole point is you play around their fast fall by staying below them.
So that if they fast fall, I can fast fall on reaction, and then I'm still
Yes.
below them.
And then in the extra fall speed they have, they'll catch up to you, and then you land, and then you punish their landing leg. Instead, he lands here first, starts his movement. You move by the time he's pressing his button. You still had enough time because he didn't press a button. But if he had just short hopped over here and fast fall fared, he would have hit you before the back air.
Hmm.
Because his movement had come out by the time you started moving. His button would have started coming out before your second part of your movement
So
came
you're
out.
saying that I should have just like jumped earlier on, because if I was reacting to his jump squat, then I would have already been in the air?
I You needed a backdash because you didn't have enough time, but you felt like you had more time because of the fair. Like your I'm an advantage light was essentially flashing in your mind.
Okay. What should I have
So,
done instead? You said a backdash?
well, the whole point, yes, because you didn't have enough time. Like you needed a backdash forward tilt. This still worked out though because he didn't press anything. But you want to play around what the opponent could have done and play around everything they can do if possible. Remember, the game is essentially a game of chance, so you want to play around the odds.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason that situation came up though is a complication or a side effect of the mistake that you made double jumping earlier. So if you had not double jumped, then you would have started falling sooner from that same jump.
Okay.
So even disregarding that you could have double jump fared, Robin on reaction, you still would have landed sooner, and then that back air would have been an actually unavoidable back air, and he would have had to short hop air dodge through it, and you could have forward tilted his air dodge. So here it worked because Synergy made a mistake, but if you hadn't double jumped, then there's nothing Synergy could have done to avoid it in the first place. He just had to take a hit the moment he moved for center, and his decision was: do I go for center? Do I hold my ground, or do I try and reposition away and try for a below the platform so that I can get a horizontal space closer to center? So it's, do I try and go for center high, or do I try and go for center low?
Okay.
And that's a choice he has to make. But here he didn't have to make a choice. It was just a matter of did he execute the choice that he did make correctly, and he did not. But if he had, he would have won and hit you out of center to over here. Well, actually, he would have gotten a fair nair over here and put you either into the corner or off stage, and he would have gotten stage control. Instead, he gets hit. Like I
Yeah,
said
I see.
before, when we originally talked about this game plan, bear in mind Synergy is one of the best players in the region. This is still going to, like, your base game plan is still difficult enough to deal with for your opponent that he's just sometimes not going to meet a basic skill check for dealing with an interaction for interaction, even if he makes the correct decision.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's the execution check of it caught Synergy here. So this is you playing your game right, and it just being hard for him. Just like how you get hit by thunder, and people mashing thunder is difficult for people to deal with. So even if you know what the correct answer to the problem is, if you can't execute it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like here, you want to avoid being in ledge fair range because he could ledge fair you here or ledge near you. So if you had immediately jumped back to swing, then this fair would have hit you. Like if you went for like a, let's say, latte fair at the ledge jump, That's something he likes to do. Then you would have gotten hit for moving upward here. However, you could have short hopped back over here to put out a back air. This forward tilt's going to be fine. So here you just shield. And that's why he goes for Arc Thunder here. Is because he is basically fucked. But this is +0 on block, which means that he can spot dodge. So what you want to do is, it's a question, is Robin going to jab before you can get away? And jab is frame 4. So if you short hop away, it will snatch you out of the air. But what you can do is you can roll back and always get away, and he has to specifically call it out.
Mm-hmm.
So just always roll back from there. Don't roll in because you're going to get nared here.
Right, yeah.
Actually, I take that back. You don't even get nared here. So the reason you didn't get nared is because Synergy went toward end stage. So he tried to hit the back of your... He tried to hit your shield, cross you up, and then hit you with the other hit of nair while crossing you up. And to be fair, that's not as safe as Robin players probably think it is. But people are so bad against it that it works anyways because you're using a rising short hop nair.
Mm-hmm.
So the second hit is usually going to be it's going to be about 6 frames in the air after the nair 2 comes out, roughly. Which means it's going to be -14 on block by the time they land, and you can just nair, or at least start up a short hop back air, and there's nothing they can do unless they turn around and jab perfectly. So you reversaled him here with the run in dash. Or the run shield roll in. So that's good. I like how you move in and then move back out. However, you're too close. So the point where you want to move in and move back out is whenever you reach their range. So you want to basically reach toward about this point and then dash back, short hop out. And you'll notice this is going to put you right outside Robin's short hop fair range.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is you show them what looks like it might be in their range, but not for sure. And then you just back air. And as long as you're never wrong and never actually enter their range, they either have to make the read that he's never going to be in my range, or they're going to just swat at you, miss, and get counter hit when you put out your back air, which is probably what's going to happen versus almost every single player in the entire world. I'm pretty sure there's single-digit players in the world who are going to have an answer to that. It's just a matter of can you execute that or not.
Right.
So here you go for full hop back air. I assume you're not supposed to be on the platform here. That really... Huh. So... I'm just going to move on. So, yeah, so here you just weren't ready. This is fine. So here you move out. You move outside of his range. Once you reach this point, you can short hop back air. Yeah, so if you had not empty fast falled and you'd back aired, what would have happened is you would have back aired here. You would already be swinging. Landed. He would have drifted in. You could have jumped out again without him reaching you with fair and back aired again. So this did work. Obviously, this is probably going to win you the game. Oh, not quite. So, don't... I assume you were trying to counter this on reaction?
I think so. I was trying to set it up to where it would hit. It's just
Okay.
not worth.
It's worth, kind of. You're better off going for the forward tilt for both safety and it gets you the same result. Like, he's still going to die from the downward angled forward tilt. But if you can react... Yeah, or you should be able to consistently react to second hit of up B, like Robin up B. So you just put your finger on the B button, hold down. So you have to remember your counter is fucking enormous. So you can be all the way back here and counter,
Yeah.
and this arc fire will still set it off. So the problem isn't your choice, it's your spacing. Like, see how you take an extra step closer?
Yeah, I don't know
That's what did
what's going on there.
So the second you can counter on reaction to Robin up B, And what's going to happen is the second hit comes out frame 28. Human reaction delay is going to be about 20 frames. And the Sephiroth's counter, I think, activates on frame 7, is it?
9.
Hold on, let me look that up. It's frame 9? Okay. So that means the frame after your counter starts is going to be the frame that his second hit of up B happens if you react frame perfectly to up B starting with normal human reaction time.
Okay. I'm just like
Also, no, I just looked it up. It's frame 7.
it is frame 7. Okay.
Yeah, 7 to 27. So the activation frame on it is going to be 7 frames after that, and vulnerable 1 through 11 though.
Maybe Lucina's is frame 9. Maybe that's why I thought that. I don't know. Either way.
So the idea is it's going to be active long enough. You will naturally time it perfectly in this situation. It will last through his whole ledge grab frames and 2 frame him with the counter hit.
You
And
think
he will
so?
die.
You think that would have
It's
2 framed?
I am very confident it would have 2 frames. So this is his up B2, right? So this is the frame it will activate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 frames after.
Okay.
So maybe not. The range will definitely. This might be 1 frame too slow in this instance. So I would do it preemptively before you think he up Bs. And the reason for that is because it turns out that the total duration of you shooting it is 51 frames. It's 30 frames. Or sorry, it's 30 frames to grab the ledge plus the time of Robin's up B. Which means that at worst, you're going to be slightly minus. And you can reshield in case Robin tries to ledge fair you.
Okay.
So there's nothing Robin can do to hit you. But you can also tell how much time you have because that gives you almost a full second to make your next decision preemptively. So you line up the shot, and if they do it up B super late or on reaction to you countering, you're going to be able to still short hop back here and back air and then turn around forward tilt. So this is actually just you losing control of your character from the time that arc fire hit. So you flicked your shield instead of just moving. So just land near here and then either jump back or drop through or backdash away. But instead you shielded, drop shield, got hit by the thunder, and then you panic air dodged. He ran up, healed himself. You realized that you could not get away. You were better off just going for a directional air dodge
Yeah.
to the platform at that point.
That was bad. I just got really scared and
You got scared the moment you got hit by the arc fire.
yeah.
So here, that was fine. Here you didn't need to full hop. You could have just short hop back aired away again. Short hop back air away, land here.
I think what I was trying to do is retreat off the stage with the back air, like the one of the ones we talked about, and but in order to get there, I would have had to full hop. But I'm not saying that that was.
Well, look
Right
at where
then.
you jumped though. Like you didn't full hop away. You full hopped over here and then tried to react. You have to
Yeah.
full hop further away and commit more to it. So you were gonna, if you, based on where you were drifting here, like you might not even be able to. Like if you make it off stage, it'll be barely. So you're not. If you're gonna do it that way, you want to max drift on the way up and then cancel your drift by starting to move right to slow it down. What you're doing here is you're going minimum acceleration and then later accelerating further. You're making it gradual. You're not driving a car here. You want to get the fuck out of there. Somebody's trying to mug you. So, just like if somebody was trying to mug you, you put your foot on the fucking gas. You you don't slowly accelerate to make sure you don't wake up any of your neighbors. Nice. So this is all set play here. Like here, there's nothing Robin can do for the rest of the stock until you make a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually, that was fine. And now you dash back to this point and then short hop from here to here while back airing. You started a little too far away, but that's okay. Yeah, you would have been perfectly set up to grab him. Pummel, 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 forward throw. That's fine. This was good. I like your dash into edge of range into dash back.
Yeah,
See
that
how
was
he's just trying to
trash.
play fast here?
Yeah.
So the good news is you can predict what he's going to do by just asking what the fastest things are going to do. And this is a character knowledge thing. So here you both pick one. Like I said before, every time you hit him with a small frame disadvantage or a small frame advantage, he's going to go for Thunder if he's at a distance. So he goes for the Thunder. Now, that Thunder is not safe on block. It's just like if you were to, let's see here. If you had back air his shield, is about the same as him thundering your shield. So try and picture it that way. So if he gets to thunder your shield, you get to back air his.
Okay.
And then after you back air his shield, he gets to thunder your shield, etc., etc. So 1, 2, 3, and notice he's double jumping. And so here you can just run up and do a sliding forward tilt or a side B or whatever to catch him for trying to drop shield. Or what you should do is just set up a pressure. So here, if this fair had been a back air, this would have been fine. Hit him, probably killed him. That was fine. So this is the same back air, by the way. He goes for that nair. So he's trying to hit over here. He's basically trying to cover your ledge jump. Like he's back airing the same spot. See how he retreats? So he's doing the same thing you're supposed to be doing. See how he swings up here and then he retreats back here and there's nothing you can really do about it. And then he, god damn. And then he smacked the signal right out of it. Me when I get hit by Robin Fair. God damn, that's hilarious. That is amazing. All right. Did you have any questions?
I had one, but I can't think of it right now. I'm sure I'll think of it in like a few seconds, but
All right, one moment. Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna go too.
Unfortunately, I took a break from weights because my wrists were sore, and let's just say the muscle soreness came back with quite the vengeance upon returning. You there, Smithy?
All right, are you still there?
As far as I know.
Cool.
Alrighty. So, do you remember those questions?
It was honestly a just like a general question that I had that isn't even about this. Basically my question was, how do I practice doing decisions faster? But I remember you already said that we were gonna get to that later.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's the same thing that we already said in a nutshell. It's we want to focus on your training mode speed.
Hmm.
From your training mode speed, we're going to have you then practice recreating your trading mode in Wi Fi.
Hmm.
And even if, no matter what the cost, whether that means ignoring your opponent and doing things that get you hit, I don't care as long as you're keeping that speed from training mode.
Gotcha.
So basically, you want to go for basically TAS, perfect speed that no one is going to ever play faster than you with Sephiroth and that speed, then maintain that.
Okay.
And then we'll slowly work on what you're doing with the speed, but the speed comes first because you already have a flow chart to decide when and where to place your hits. It's a matter of getting it consistently first.
Right.
So, as we saw here, one of the problems is you were freezing up. So, I would rather just see you play your proactive single player game plan and misunderstand things because you're playing too fast than to see you going ahead and just not pressing anything at all because you're in analysis paralysis.
Yeah. That's something that happens to me a lot as a player against, and I think that in the mage and the Phusix part, like the theme here is that when a character or a player like plays really fast and I freeze up because I'm trying to like analyze like what they're doing and trying to like decide on what I want to do, um, it doesn't matter. Like it feels like my game plan doesn't matter because they're making too many decisions um, for me to keep up.
That is almost definitely what it is. So the good news is that like I said, just working on your speed, I think is naturally going to help with that.
Hmm.
And I think that you forcing yourself to play, even when you're under stress, when you're going to just default to making probably bad decisions, but making a decision
Hmm.
is going to help you a lot.
I agree. That makes a lot of sense.
So like I said before, I want to see you making lots of decisions, no matter how good they are, and then go ahead and we'll work on improving the quality of those decisions again. So think of it as bulk and cutting.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. And were there any other questions?
Um, no.
All right. So, what is your training focus right now? Like, what specific things do you need to work on a technical level?
Top of the priority is retreating F tilt. I screwed that up twice. I was 2 for 2 on screwing that up. Um, jump off stage with full momentum and land back on the teeter spot. Practicing recovering with my eyes closed. If we watch the rest of this set and the other one, I would say I SD like a grand total of like 5 times off of missing my up B. Um, and uh, playing fast in training mode, making as many decisions or like making as many moves as possible, and then translating that to a Wi-Fi
Yeah,
environment where
first go ahead and send me a link to you playing that training mode as fast as we can
okay,
so that we can see whether or not you need to uh, focus on the training mode before you start taking it onto Wi-Fi. One step at a time and such.
you're just
But
talking about the typical like practice routine like with um just like CPU.
yes,
Okay.
even if it's just you moving around and doing it with no characters on the screen at all.
Okay.
The idea is that what's important is your single player control, not your multiplayer control.
Cool. I can do that.
I believe in you. All right.
All right,
I
man.
am I am going to watch your other sets. I am going to basically just look at them. I'm going to look at them probably in double speed, and what I'm going to be looking at is just your general technical performance. I'm not going to really be paying attention to what they're doing that you're struggling with
Mhm.
outside of that technical basis.
That's fine. I feel like right now the like what you said it perfectly with like my single player control is like my biggest uh obstacle right now. So I think that that makes a lot of sense.
All right.
Cool, man. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It really is.
Cool.
Always a big Smithy fan.
Cool. Thanks. Means a lot. Means a lot. I am Tony's number one fan.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Nobody's bigger.
I don't know. There's always I've seen some pretty big people.
Yeah. True.
All right. Well, I am gonna go take an Epsom salt bath and hope that I
Nice.
can fall asleep before the pain catches up to me.
Nice. Yeah. Definitely do that.
All
So,
right. Have a good night.
see you, man. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Momo.
Is it not working?
What's up?
Hello. Can you hear
What?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on,
Oh.
buddy?
Hey, dude, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.